Poison on the Urge, Haddonfield's home for rock.
I'm Willie the Kid, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Here comes some movies that aren't so funny, because here's Spot the Wonder Dog leaping into the balcony to help us pick out the week's worst movies, the dogs of the week.
Well, my dog certainly isn't a laughing matter. It's Maniac, a disgusting horror show that forced me out of the theater after only 30 minutes.
I think you're cute. You like it rough?
What do you do exactly?
I take pictures of mannequins. I try to bring them to life.
Would you like to see my work? I think you're incredibly talented.
They may just have found the last true romantic.
I don't know about all that.
Stop staring. You're missing a movie.
I see you too. Okay. I know where you live, Judy. See you later. Please don't scream. You're so beautiful.
Maniac is making its slimy way into theaters all around the country, so be on the lookout for it and avoid it.
You know, sometimes that's a very valid reaction to just walk out on a film like that, even if you're a movie critic, because as a civilized person, there's no point in sitting there and watching that kind of stuff.
There was no point at which the film was going to redeem itself after that.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the JEFFMAN316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JEFFMAN316, and tonight is the watch along for Maniac from 2012, or we'll just talk pop culture, anything else movie related, as we always do. You'll be shocked that I remember to put the banner on there. Anybody that comes in, first thing you do, please like the video. It gets it out there. Comment throughout the live, and then afterwards, if you thought anything was cool, comment afterwards so people can see your comments on the actual post. I got my my information below if anybody wants to support the channel monetarily. But either way, I think we already got a few people up in the house. Rick says, Jeff, man, hope you're well, buddy. What's going on? I'm doing better this week than I was last week. That's good to know, man. I really do. I was thinking about you, so hopefully you are doing better. And Doug's here. He said, what's up, Rick and Jeff? And Optimus Prime says, Ebert, LOL. Yeah, I try to do that to be funny. Any of the movies that are either similar, or in this case, Maniac really was an original movie. I forget what year it came out. What was it? 1980. Joe Spinell, Carolyn Monroe was in it. I think everybody's probably seen that. And we kept talking about this one during the live stream. So I was telling Doug I couldn't think of a third movie to put in the poll. And I knew that anything, if I picked something popular like Return of the Living Dead or something like that, that would just blow blow the other ones out of the water. That's what happened before. So I figured I would go ahead and pick Maniac. We've talked about it 2 or 3 times. Then if we talk, let's do a better job of that. If you guys want to throw some suggestions out there, dude, I apologize. I just get super fucking busy during the week. I already noticed YouTube has put limited ad revenue. Not that I make a lot of money from the live streams. You make very little. The funny thing, they've already put limited ads on this, and we just started. Got a sunburn over the last couple of days at the car show. I did. Yeah, I saw Doug sent me some photos. He got to meet Butch Patrick. There was Eddie Munster from the of the Munsters, and hey, look, he got to meet the Beeve. Wally and everybody else on that show have passed away, haven't they? This is a remake of the 80s movie. Yes, it is. The one we're going to watch is Maniac 2012. I figured it'd be different. Give you guys a suggestion of something different to watch. I actually like this movie. I think it's really good. Your lips aren't matching the words you're saying. I'm doing the exact same thing I always do. So let me double check something. I can't exit out because if I do, it says I got the JLab microphone on. I don't know. Is it better now? If I exit out, it's going to end the broadcast, and then I have to start all over again. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to unplug the mic, start back over. I literally never unplugged the microphone. So Cody, you guys ever use Streamlabs? He said my audio was out of sync. The microphone's been plugged into the same. Either way, I'm not switching it. If it bothers you guys, I can try to go back out, but then you're gonna have to get a new link. Yeah, well, it was working, but he said it wasn't synced up. So I don't know what's going on. But I'm not gonna, as long as it doesn't bother you guys, I'm not gonna kill it. Well, the audio he said was working. Is it in sync now? That's what you guys need to let me know. I have no way to check it really, unless I go to YouTube, but I don't really want to do that. It's always some bullshit. Yeah, the audio went completely dead because I unplugged it and plugged it back in, and then I let it reset. And until it came back as an option, I couldn't choose it. But as long as it's pretty close, I'm not gonna go back and restart this because that'll just take too damn long. It must be the YouTube is streaming on or having a problem. So either way, it's working now on my end. Okay, cool. Like I said, all I did was plug it back in. I've already got Maniac 2012 queued up. Let's go ahead and get it started, and then we can talk about whatever you guys want. what you guys did during the week. I've already got the movie queued up, and I'm already past my first commercial. So, Doug, if you want to do a countdown and let me know when you want me to actually hit play, that way we can try to be back on sync. So, yeah, Cody, what you been up to this week? I saw one of your little friends passed away. Sorry to hear that, brother. One of his pets. I said friends, but it was his friend. I don't know if you want your personal stuff out there. All right. Oh, sorry, Doug. Just missed it. All right, let's get ready to go. I'm gonna give the countdown. As soon as I say go, then I'm gonna hit play. So don't start it yet. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And now, because of all that unplugging and plugging I did, now my damn headphones are out of sync. I mean, are not connected. So let me start this. Is you guys in the chat? Have you actually watched Maniac 2012? What do you think if you've watched it before? I was telling them before, somebody said that they didn't realize it was a remake of the 80s. The 80s is obviously a classic because of it was a video nasty, and it's got some pretty gnarly effects in it. Tom Savini's in it, and ironically enough, Tom Savini kills himself with a special effect into that shotgun blast to the head. That's one of the most famous video nasty moments in history of 80s horror. I think this movie is pretty underrated. I really like it. Elijah Wood does a great job in this. I like the first person view aspect of it, where you don't see him unless it's a reflection. But a couple times in the movie. It's from 2012. It's unrated. It's an hour and 29 minutes. I'll read the description if anybody isn't aware of what this one is. As he helps a young artist with her upcoming exhibition, the owner of a mannequin shop's deadly suppressed desires come to the surface. And that's him now here at the beginning watching this lady of the evening, as they say. It's got Elijah Wood plays Frank, Nora Erzender, however you pronounce her name, plays Anna. And then there's not a lot of other main characters in this movie. They're the two main ones. What's up, Bizarro Supergirl? How are you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. Doug watched it today. Not as good as the original. Yeah, I'm getting to the point as I get older. I've watched the original so many times. It's really gritty, grimy. Like I said, it was one of those video nasties that it's almost like it's a different kind of movie. This one is a little more, as some people would say, artsy fartsy. It's a first time watch for me. What I like about it is Elijah Wood. I mean, it's polar opposite of the characters up until this point that he would have normally played, other than he's in a movie I'm going to recommend to you guys that's on Netflix, I think. Let me see if I can find it real quick. He's in I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. And he's not the main star. I would say he's the supporting actor in it. That's a really good movie. Melanie Linsky, who had a minor role on 2.5 Men, she's in it. Don't think I've ever seen either version. Like I said, the original is definitely pretty much standard 80s horror affair, and it's pretty what I would call gritty, grimy. It was at the time it was pretty a lot of people consider it vulgar. Hi Jeff, hi Rick. Yeah, it got banned in a lot of countries. That's why it was always on the video nasty list. This one has got some decent effects in it. And like I said, I think the acting in Elijah Wood does a really good job in it. I never was a fan of his. So the minute that I saw he was going to be in this, It never came to the theater around here. I remember buying it like the day the Blu-ray came out and watched it that night. I thought I liked it. I'm watching it today. It looks creepy. Yeah, he's really bizarre, acts weird in this. It's a really good role for him. He spends most of the movie, going around stalking women. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it all. The concept is pretty much the same as the original. I want to rewatch Insidious 2. I don't want to see Red Door at all. A couple people that I trust said that it was not very good. That is probably going to have the 90-day window where it'll be on Max. Depends on what the box office it does. Basically, everything that's come out in the last month, the box office has been trash. So I can't remember. I was talking to you guys. Did he follow the girl? Is that the same girl that was on the street that he was following? If you've noticed this, I really do like the style of this movie, the intro. If you've noticed, I don't think they've put the title of the movie on the screen yet. I think you're going to get that in a minute. But this is one of those ones where it's got a really good opening of a movie as far as it's pretty I don't know if I want to say shocking, jarring, memorable. Once you see it, I really do like the opening of this one. I was thinking about doing a video that, like, what is my favorite 5 or 10 openings of movies like that. To me, the opening of a movie that you don't want. I don't like movies that start with a lot of exposition or whatever. I like a movie that like hits you with a scene. I think that's one of the reasons I like Halloween and Jaws, is they get you hooked and then they flip it on its head and give you the exposition after that. Watch this. You can hear him breathing. Oh, that's creepy as fuck. Look at him rubbing her skin. It's going to be pretty gruesome here at the beginning. I don't really think that it would slide off that easy, would it? But there's your title card. I like that opening, man. Yeah, I liked him as Frodo too, but I've never been a super fan of his acting, so I liked that he was doing something different. Oh, really? His favorite movie is Truth or Dare. Yeah, that was one of the. It's got a couple other. As far as the way he kills, that is probably the best one. But I like the concept. Like I said, if you haven't seen the original, it's basically the same thing. You'll see here in a second what he's doing. But I like also that every 3/4 or more of this movie, from what I remember, it's been a couple years since I've seen it, is from his first person perspective. So like you're seeing his hands, you're going to see the things he types, you're going to see his reflection in mirrors, you're going to see his everything from his viewpoint. I like that style. It gives it a different feeling than the original. The original, you got to see. It's almost like you're kind of surprised once you see what he looks like. If you're not, if you weren't familiar with Elijah Wood. And so he's basically stalking women online right now and creating some online accounts. You're Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots and defender of all life on Earth. I will track Maniac down and pick him up and squeeze him with my hand until his head pops off and rolls in the floor. You sent me that Bash to Be shirt that you bought. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I like that. I remember liking that the girl that he ends up picking up here on one of those online things. She had a few too many tattoos for my taste, but I thought she was cute. But one of the things is it's really creepy seeing everything from his perspective as the killer. There she is. It's like if you know him and you know the way he looks, and then you look at her. Yeah, see that they're like the polar opposites. She likes a man that takes control. I was gonna ask you guys. I didn't put this in my hunt since I bought it online. Did anybody else get the Arrow video store box set? I had pre-ordered it and then it came late, so it didn't get in last week's video, and I forgot to mention it in this one. But I think it's a couple movies in here that I haven't seen. So if anybody's seen it, we can talk about that later if you want. But if you also notice, I rearranged the room a little bit. I put that arcade machine that I had in here. It was a arcade 1-up that I bought. I don't know if you guys were into those arcade 1-ups, but Walmart clearanced them out a couple years ago, and I got 4 of them for $50 each. And I got 2 super Street Fighter or Super Street Fighters, and I gutted it and made a custom arcade out of it. And I was having some trouble with it. I didn't want to work on it in here, so I moved it to my basement. A no-go on that. Yeah, the title's in it. Shit, I'll go ahead and talk to you about it right now. He's having a nervous breakdown here a little bit. It's like he's getting nervous because I guess he's attracted to that girl. Is that racist? She's talking about that he didn't look Indian, he looked Mexican. So you get an impromptu unboxing while we're waiting. So there's the box. It's got 5 movies in it, and I pre-ordered it when it was cheap. So I got it for like, I think Amazon had it down at one point to like $72, and then now people are like charging like $200 for it on eBay. So it's got robot jocks. It takes a minute for something else to happen in this movie, so I figured we'd do this now. The Dungeon Master is one I have not seen. Have you seen anybody seen the Dungeon Master? Dolls. I own the Screen Factory of that, which was going for quite a bit of money, but now the value got fucked. Cellar Dweller. And Arena. You guys recognize this music here? What movie is that music from? What other famous movie is that music from? Yeah, well, those come out in the ways, but yeah, I got Yeah, they were clearance down to 50. I drove actually to like 60 miles away. It was almost an hour away because somebody had several of them in stock. I got the Final Fight one, the Street Fighter one. I got two of those. Final Fight, and I can't remember what the other one. Three different ones, but then I got a duplicate one that I was able to mod. Full Moon had re-released an Empire box set, and it was out of print. All those were part of that set, so I'm glad they're back for much cheaper than Empire set. Well, you know, that box set right there is now going. People are like selling it for $150, $200 on eBay because it's out of. You can't get it in stock anywhere. Well, that was the reason I didn't buy it, dude. I've seen so many movies. I wanted to actually buy something that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, I used to love TNA back in the early years. So does anybody know what song that movie's from? Yep, we were talking about that. I went to a ton of TNA live events. She said, "Do you want to touch them?" What woman tells a dude, "Do you want to touch him?" and he doesn't do it? You think that's Elijah Wood's hands? Did he get a stunt double to massage her breasts? I'll give you a hint. Whatever movie that song is from, that person also said, "You want to fuck me?" See, you're seeing him from that mirror. She's a little forward. Surprised she didn't question him on his hands. Well, I mean, she's like fucking him as soon as they walked in the door. So, I mean, I don't think she's going to question too much. He's like, "Oh, I wish I was back in the Shire." Okay, and what movie is it from? Not watching the movie, but that's my thought from the line. He's not even watching and he got it. Silence of the Lambs, yep. But I gave it away, I guess, with my comment. You want to fuck me? He's choking her now. This is probably the only size woman that Elijah Wood would be able to overpower. Maybe she's into that shit. Yep, it was Silence of the Lambs. It was when the killer was dressing up like a woman and twirling around, putting his makeup and shit on. Goodbye Horses. This character of his reminds me of Norman Bates. His version. Got his straight razor. She looked like a minute toward the end. Does your scalp come off that easy? Look like he's having some trouble though with this one compared to that other one. He does it and then it makes him sick. Now that's the first person shot I did not need to see right there. How often do I blind buy? Did you catch the end of the live stream I was on Wednesday when I told Sterling I don't know if I should thank him or he should thank me since I know I've paid his rent a few times? No, I didn't catch the end of it. I watched like the first 30 minutes. I only, because I saw you on there is the only reason I watched any of it. Dude, he is annoying sometimes, man. I just can't, after a few minutes, the way he acts, I just can't stand to watch it. Yeah, this guy is nuts. So he's like a fucking more psycho, pun intended, than Norman Bates. To go back to what you said, how often do I blind buy? I don't think I ever 100% blind buy, like walk in a store and say, hey, look at that, and just pick it up. Usually I've heard from somebody that I trust or I've read something. Like in that case, that Arrow set, I'd already read a bunch about it, and it did have dolls in it that I have seen. But I don't think I've seen any of the other ones. But I knew based on the price that it was at the time I got it for on Amazon that it was like 70 some bucks. There were 5 Arrow movies for that price was such a good deal. Plus it had a bunch of extras in a book that I knew it was going to be worth that for sure. So, but often I'll read reviews or I'll talk to people or read, watch videos and stuff. I don't know that I've ever went in and just picked a movie up and just said, I'm buying it. Other than Dollar Tree, I do that all the time. So does that answer your question? Do you know what movie my shirt's from? So in his mind, see, the girls are still alive. I can imagine you probably bought tons of them, those $10 like Wild Eye Releasing or whatever titles from Walmart. I think I've seen that. What's the title of that? Is it Maniac 2 or was it called something else? His hands are always gonna be damaged doing that shit. Man, I think my mom had a brush similar to that. Yes, sir. That's the man, I got popcorn on it. That's the chalkboard drawing that Quint did when they were having the town meeting. Do they only do that MVD shop sale once a year, Cody? That shit, man. I still never did another video to show the other titles I bought. The other 15. That's his mother. I'm assuming he's having a flashback now. Yeah, let me know when they do that. Do they only do that sale once a year? I'm going to move my lamp. Hold on a second. It was shining like right in the middle of the television. Oh God! At least we didn't have to see Elijah Wood's butt cheeks. They knew multiple sales, only one for Wild Eye. Such a great deal. I did 3 orders. One of them was 15. Yeah, that's what I did. 2 of those 15 because remember you and I were talking. I did the one, and then I bought a few titles that were more than 99 cents, and then I went back and bought 15 more that were 99 cents. That was better than the Dollar Tree stuff. I bought a bunch of that Dustin Ferguson stuff. That's what I said. I thought she was really cute, other than she had too many. They were kind of spread out, like they weren't connected, and then I don't know. They just didn't seem very pretty to me. The way she had them. This is the girl he's gonna fall for here. Hey Doug, did you hear what I said? What was the name of that unofficial Maniac sequel? Because I remember back in the day. Who stars in the original? Nobody uber famous. The main guy, Joe Spinell is the main guy. He played the loan shark in the original Rocky movie. If you don't remember that, he had a part in the Godfather 2. He's an Italian. He looks a little shady, greasy. If you ever see him, you won't forget the way he looks. But I forgot he was in the movie Night Shift with Ron Howard. That's a pretty underrated movie. You talking about the last horror film? Yeah, look at there, right when I said it. Last horror film. I got that. I've got that on the Troma Blu-ray. Now the quality is decent. I heard they're getting ready to re-release it though. I love Robert Shaw and Jaws. Wish they didn't kill him, but I think he died the same year Jaws 2 came out. So they only shot 5 minutes of it before they could make the sequel. So she wants to use some of his mannequins. That's going to make him like kind of nervous, but I guess he probably lets her because he sees it as an inroad to be able to get closer to her. Who restores mannequins? He didn't restore mannequins in the original, did he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he died young because I noticed, back then I wasn't really thinking about it. And I remember that he was so creepy that I thought he would have been in a lot more horror movies. So did any of you buy the Jaws 2 Steel book or the Jaws 2 4K regular release that came out this week? I recorded my unboxing and my feelings. I watched it. So watch out for that coming soon. I'm getting my first commercial. He got lipstick on his face. And I only have one commercial. Yeah, I've got them on individual Blu-ray releases. I don't have that steel book or the set, but I've got them all. As they I didn't get them when they first came out. Like after they started coming out in Best Buy, had a few of them, and then I found a couple of them. I think maybe a Dollar General somewhere. So I got them cheap. I didn't pay full price for any of them. My movie's already back. I can pause it. Tell me when yours is back. Have you ever seen Jaws 3 and 4? I'm a big fan of Jaws 2. I don't think he gets enough credit. I always say, when I watched it, I tried to pay a little bit more attention to it, and there's a few things in it that I wouldn't say bother me, but that I noticed that are either inconsistent or they just don't. I think they should have been done a different way. So I was thinking of making a video about that. But as far as an overall movie, if you compare like Halloween 2 to Halloween 1, I know Halloween 1 is a slasher, but it's also got more atmosphere. It's a mystery to it. You got a lot of the cat and mouse going on in it, kind of like in Jaws. I always compare Jaws to the way I feel watching the Halloween movies. So I feel the same way with Halloween 2 as I do with Jaws 2. Halloween 2, everything's established and it's more like Michael just stalking and killing like a true slasher. Jaws is the same way. Like they don't build up a lot with the shark. It just immediately starts. And then there's no mystery. You know the shark's there, so he's more of a stalker. Yeah, maybe she thought he was doing something with the mannequins though and wiped his face. He's having one of his manic episodes and he noticed he's washing his fucking hands with Brillo pads. It's like he don't want any evidence that he did anything on his hands. Somebody told me about that, but I haven't read anything official. Why would it be a Wi-Fi crash? I guess it's a good thing I got some internet cable. Always gotta have that knife. He's like the Crocodile Dundee of slashers there. He's like, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, I know. He's like gonna rip his damn skin off just to get the blood off. So I guess he got aroused by that girl. So now he's got to go out and stalk another victim. Has your cocaine shark shipped, Cody? I think I like Jaws 3 and 4 about the same. I'm not a hater on either one. I think both of them have got some decent aspects to them. The only thing I don't like about Jaws the Revenge is I don't like the ending, either the theatrical or the home video one. I don't like either one of the endings. I think it's cheesy. Even though the ending of 3 looks bad, I like how the ending plays out. And Bess Armstrong, bless her heart, in Jaws 3, she tried her best to make that a good movie. She did everything she could to train to be, realistic in the role, and she was one of the best actors in the movie. When's this solar storm supposed to be happening? Might be good. Get everybody off the internet for a day or so. Cleanse the world's palate. He's watching his performance artist here, whatever that's called. What is this woman doing? What kind of dancing is that? This is different than the original. In the original, there is a model that he ends up falling in love with. Hello. She got to lotion them up. She wouldn't hear him breathing. Breathing like a damn grizzly bear in there. She's like, somebody's there. I got to make sure I cover my tits up. Not like, let me get the fuck up out of here. Well, at least he would look non-assuming if he was following behind people. I mean, he really don't look that. He looks like a normal geek. It puts his lotion on his skin or else it gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the basket. I should have thought of that one. I don't watch America's Got. I don't. The only time I watch America's Got Talent is when somebody tells me there's been something good on America's Got Talent, and either I look up a YouTube clip or I watch it. But other than that, I don't watch it. But is that what they're called? Curtain performers? You know, I was pissed. I went to the liquor store this week, and they're sold out of my moonshine. The guy didn't know when he's gonna get any in, so I got some. I got some different flavors. I'll get you guys to vote what kind you like, and I'll try it. It will make northern lights visible in 17 northern states, but in 2024, there'll be one that'll make it visible to the southern states. So that's kind of cool. So they didn't have my watermelon flavored, so they got this Hunch Punch. From Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's called Hunch Punch Lightning Moonshine. But it doesn't tell me what flavor it is. I guess I need to Google it. Like it look in this light, it looks orange, but when I look at it in the refrigerator, it looked more pinkish red. I like that shot there with her going up the escalator. That's one of my favorite shots. Yeah, I didn't know what it was called either. He's like the Jason boy. He's a stalker's man. You don't know whether he's running or not, but he's like, bitch, got away. He makes a good stalker. The other flavor that I got, I've had a long time ago, but I don't remember how good it was. It's apple pie moonshine. Look, it looks like piss. That's a urine sample right there. So if anybody had anything hunch punch flavored, which one should I try? I'll drink one of them. I'll save a little bit of. Oh, I always hated that kind of shit. Damn, that just always looks fucking painful when I see it. Did I try the 20-ounce mystery flavor Mountain Dew? No, I didn't. No, I'm not big into regular sodas, but the only soda that I drink is a Diet Mountain Dew. I don't really like any other soda. Damn, man, he's stabbing the shit out of this one. I forgot he did that. They make that sound pretty realistic too. This is one of the few shots that you see him actually killing somebody like that. I wonder why they chose that particular scene to show him. Yeah, he had a little orgasm. No, are you not listening to anything I say? I got an ad here. No, I'm not drinking anything yet. That was just some Red Bull I had. This is some moonshine that I bought, but they didn't have the flavor. So this is something called Old Smoky Moonshine. The flavor is Hunch Punch. I don't know what Hunch Punch is. I guess I got to look it up. The other flavor is apple pie. So I was asking you guys if you had one of these, and if so, which one should I try? And I'll try one of them. Bizarro, should I try Hunch Punch? What the fuck is Hunch Punch? I got 3 ads on mine. Hunch Punch flavor. A hearty yet refined step up from the party punch you might remember. Hunch Punch Moonshine is a potent concoction that combines moonshine with the blends of orange, pineapple, and cherry juice. Yeah, it sounds good. I'm a wimp when it comes to liquor, only a beer guy. I like clear liquor. This would be clear if it didn't have the juice in it. So, moonshine's clear. The only brown liquor I drink is Crown Royal. I can't really drink any other brown liquor. It gives me the headache. And I can't drink Budweiser. Budweiser and Bud Light gives me the headache. I can drink pretty much anything else. I like Michelob. I like Miller Lite and Michelob Ultra. We're getting ready to try this. Smells good. I like these little. These are like little mini mason jars. It's cooler than the other one I had. Look at that. It's like a little mason jar. The apple pie. I'm not going to say the vulgar word I'm thinking, but did anybody remember From Dusk Till Dawn when Cheech Marin is standing in front of the bar and he's like talking about the different types and he's like apple pie. Love Miller Lite. It's almost like having someone care about you. You should do one of their ads. My friend is Maniac 2012 worth a watch. I think it is just because you can see the polar opposite type of roles that Elijah Wood is totally different in this compared to anything else. It's got a couple of really good kills. Unfortunately, one of the better ones is at the very beginning of the movie. But we're about halfway through probably, and it's are we halfway through 41 minutes? Yeah, it's just starting to get good as far as he's starting to fall for this girl. So I like it just for his performance. I'd need ice. I've got ice. I got one of those big, super cool round pieces of ice that I put in there. The titty twister. Yeah, when in front, when he's talking about apple pie, the different flavors of, I won't say there's a female. There's a female in the room, so I won't say what he said in there. Yes, that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking the red one. I was telling Peter, I went to get my flavor, my moonshine that I've been drinking for the last month or so, and they had sold out. So I got a different flavor. This is Hunch Punch, which says it's orange, cherry, and pineapple flavored mixed with moonshine. Why can't we see the movie? You talking about on my stream? You can't do live streams with movies. They'll hit you with copyright strikes. The way you usually do on YouTube is you do watch alongs. Like we all started it at the same time, and then we talk about it as it's happening. So we were watching it on Tubi, which is free. So if you go to Tubi and look up Maniac 2012, we're about 43 minutes or so into the movie. If I showed the movie on the screen and it was a copyrighted movie, I'd get a copyright strike because I don't own the content. Now, what I could do is if I start a Patreon, which I was thinking about doing, we could have it on the screen. If I do a private one where it doesn't go out to the public and it's only for a few people. He said, hello, Peter. Hope he's all is well. All right, let me get a taste test here. So this is Hunch Punch Old Smoky Moonshine. He's having another one of his manic episodes here. He's saying it's a migraine. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. It's not bad. I'm not a super fan of the flavors mixed. It's too orangey, and it doesn't have enough pineapple or cherry in it. It's basically almost an orange aftertaste, which is fine. It's just what I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the pineapple to be a little stronger because that's usually a stronger taste. So it's almost like it's orange aftertaste, which makes it fine. I mean, it's pretty smooth. To be moonshine, it's pretty damn smooth. Hey, Rick, all's good. Hope the same for you, man. Where did I get my hat? Well, I haven't talked about that in a while. I got my hat at Target right before I was doing this YouTube channel. When I picked it up, and I put the little press thing on. The reason I did that, I don't know if you guys caught that reference. When I used to like the show Night Stalker, Darren McGavin, the father from A Christmas Story, was in a TV show, Night Stalker. It was kind of like X-Files before there was an internet. So he would go around fighting evil, whatever. He was a reporter, and he wore a hat a little bit similar to this. It was a little taller and it was more straw. So this is called a pork pie hat. It's real short. So it reminded me of him. So then, because he was in the press and I'm a pop culture reporter, I stuck the press thing on it. So that was like a lot of information. You're not one that savors a drink. I like to savor if it's flavored alcohol because I want to taste it a little bit. This is the first time I've ever had it. So, plus moonshine is fucking strong. I know I didn't drink a lot, but I don't want to get like too. I drank 2 or 3 of those that first weekend, and then my speech got slurred. I watched the video back. It's like 50% alcohol by volume. So he's having a flashback. This is his mother locking him basically in the closet while she's like fucking all these dudes. Telling him to be quiet. But why would she want him to watch? See, that's why he's all fucked up in the head. She doesn't care. She's all coked up. She doesn't care if he's watching. So he's locked in the closet watching his mother hump some 2 strangers. I remember that. I was thinking this was the part that they showed him with the mannequin body. That's a classic scene right there. Drinking my Miller Lite is my Joe Exotic koozie in your Joe Exotic koozie because I'm a classy broad. Stay classy, San Diego. What they say that you weren't going to say before in Cheech and Chong? No, it was I'm gonna just say it. Bizarro Girl. If you're here, I don't like to talk vulgar in front of women, but no, at the beginning of when they get to the titty twister in From Dusk Till Dawn, Cheech Marin of Cheech and Chong is standing outside and he's talking about all the different flavors of pussy. And one of them, he goes, "We even got apple pie pussy." So he's talking about like for the American guys that they got apple pie. So that was what I was talking about. So he's basically stalking her and she doesn't know it. She went to go eat, she said. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Gonna go eat dinner. Yeah, sometimes when I'm talking, I apologize. I can't catch it. I can imagine if I was famous and I had a big YouTube channel and a lot of followers. Like, I guess that's why a lot of people, they don't do, the only ones they catch is the ones that get super chats. It's really hard to catch all of these comments. I love a good giant cold draft beer when I'm eating, and I don't usually savor those. I remember when we went to the beach, I got one of them big, gigantic, tall ones, and then I sucked that thing down pretty quick. Let me rinse that out with a little Red Bull. Oh, she went to the movie with him. Dude, you're right. There is nothing like a good cold draft beer and a frosty mug. I remember I went to one of the local bars and I'd had 2 or 3. And when I told them I wanted one more, how disappointed I was when they told me that they were so busy that they didn't have any more frosty mugs to put them in. That that they had used them all. Plus, the bigger ones like to pick what comments they want to answer. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I try to catch all what you guys ask. Plus, in case anybody watches it back, I like them to see that I catch most of the comments. I guess if I ever get popular, I might have to switch from StreamYard and get one of the ones where the comments run down the side, like over here. I got hard kill with Bruce Willis and Jesse Mack at Dollar Tree a few days ago. Yeah, I think that was one of the ones in the hall that I got. I might not have posted it yet, but that's a spoiler. So yeah, I got that one as well. All right, I think I'm gonna have to drink this apple pie. This chick right here is pretty good looking. What have we seen her in before? Other than that's rude. Like taking a call like right in the middle. She's supposed to be on a date with this dude. Chow. What else she been in? She was in Safe House. She was in The Offer. I don't remember her being in The Offer. I might have to. She was in The Army of the Dead. I don't remember that. I got to go back and check this lady out. She's been in some good stuff. What I was reading about this movie is the reason I think it's decent as far as it's well made or whatever. If you go back and look at the people who are involved, the director has also directed another movie that I like. His name's Frank Calfon, is that how you pronounce it? He directed a movie called P2 back in 2007 that starred Rachel Nichols. I really love that movie. I think it's very underrated, and I got a commercial here. But it was written by, this Maniac was written by, one of the writers is Alexander Aja. Is that how you pronounce it? Aja? How you pronounce that? With the J? Do you say the J? He did the screenplay. He did Crawl, Horns, that starred Daniel Radcliffe, Piranha 3D. He directed those, and he helped write this one. So he directed Hills Have Eyes, and he directed High Tension. So then he helped write this movie. So High Tension, I think, is very underrated, and I think a lot of people hate it because of the ending. Yeah, did you see that 10 movie set I put in my hunt last week? The Bruce Willis one. I was thinking one of the things I might do for shorts is to take my hauls and post some of the better ones that I, got from the week before, like during the current week. I don't like beer or cider, so I like Mike Hard's or Smirnoff. I don't like Mike Hard lemonade, but I do like Smirnoff. Well, we're getting ready to drink this fucking apple pie here, so. I don't smell like no apple pie I've ever had. Just smells like straight up alcohol. Turns out she has a boyfriend, must think he's gay because later in the movie her boyfriend says it's nice he doesn't have to worry about the guys because they're all gay and that's what I was figuring. Check these two out. Who just fucks out in person? I mean, in public. I don't think I'm gonna like this apple pie because this smells like just straight up alcohol. So, is this really happening, or is it he's remembering his mother fucking some dudes? He's like, every day I wake up and I think I'm gonna be back in the Shire. I should turn the camera like that. Be like, I can't turn it. It's mounted. So he's going to her art show. All right, let me try this shit. Yeah, dude, this just smells like straight up alcohol. I don't like just smelling sometimes just straight up alcohol. Dude, it just fucking tastes like bourbon. Ew, I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it at all. Don't buy the apple pie moonshine. This is JEFFMAN316, and this is a public service announcement. If you like moonshine like I do, don't buy the apple pie moonshine because it doesn't taste like apple pie at all. It's a similar storyline in the original because the guy is like, he is like a greasy, grimy looking guy. And he ends up going on a couple of dates with basically a supermodel. And everybody assumes that there's no way that she would like him because of what he looks like and who he is, even though he does like her. So it's similar subplot. Some girls get turned on by fucking in public because years ago, this chick told me some of this book, Doug's comments when I just read the first line, it makes me wonder, should I read the rest? Told me that on a dating app that she loved people watching but lived too far away. But I don't know if I could do that anyway. Well, she wanted you to come and watch her with some other dude, or she wanted some dude watching the two of you. I'm not going to get into the story, but there was a time that I was in a room with somebody else and did not feel comfortable. Is when he's asking, is he gay? Motherfucker wiped his hands on his jacket. No, she wanted me out in public. Ugh. What's with that motherfucker just wiping his hands on somebody's jacket? This tastes like urine, but I want to drink it anyway. See, all these people are making fun of him now, so he's gonna have to go after them. Mm-hmm. That woman is so fucking fake. What dating app was that? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever gotten drunk drinking moonshine. I'm not a getting drunk kind of guy. Rarely have I ever gotten just totally shit-faced drunk. Usually when I get to the point where I'm starting to feel buzzed, I'll drink like maybe one more and then I'll quit. So he's following her. I remember liking this part about him stalking her. This is similar to the original. There's a scene in the original where he stalks the lady that's basically her boss. You're back. What did you get to eat? And we were talking nasty while you were gone. Tagged. I've never heard of that. I'm not a big moonshine guy either, but when they started having these flavors, I started sampling them and I liked most of them. This is the only one that I haven't liked. So the only thing you missed, Bizarro, was I liked the other moonshine, other than I thought it should have been more cherry or pineapple flavored. It was too much orange. So basically it almost tastes like a screwdriver. This apple pie moonshine tastes like shit. It does not taste like apples at all. It tastes like just straight up bourbon. I don't like bourbon. 9 or 10 years ago, I've never heard of that app before. But I've been married for 20 some years, so I wouldn't have been on dating apps anyway. I don't think I could survive on dating apps today. I always like that classy music there. A friend of mine texted me. He's like, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "I'm live streaming, watching Maniac, and drinking moonshine." Do we get to see this old broad, Dougie? Well, there's the back end. So is this the point where the other ones, he was attracted to the women, and so he was killing them, taking their scalps, putting on mannequins so he could relive the like being with them all the time. This bitch here, he don't want to be with her. This is more like revenge. Doug said he liked. I thought Doug liked Smirnoff Ice. Oh, wait a minute. I missed some comments. Okay. I don't like Screwdriver. I wonder if I'd like it if it was Sunny D instead. Probably not. Smirnoff Ice. No, we don't. I thought you said you like Smirnoff. Let me know how that is. Just put a comment on one of my videos. I'll see it. Is it like Freddy Krueger from Reverse? He's like putting his hand in the water. Doug said, yeah, Mike's Hard Supergirl. Mike's Hard Supergirl? I know what you mean, but that just sounds funny. Mike's Hard Supergirl. I turned off my TV. I thought I paused it. Oh, well, seen plenty of movies like this before. You're missing him kill his old broad that disrespected him at the show. Like I said, up until then, the people he killed were girls that he was attracted to, that he wanted to put the hair on the mannequin so he could relive being with them over and over again. But he just straight up murdered her. Oh, damn, he got her tied up. I forgot this part. He hog-tied her. Blah. I didn't like Mike's Hard Lemonade when I tried it years ago. Maybe I should try it again. How old is this woman? She got a nice ass. Is he going to Buffalo Bill her, cut her skin off? I type too fast and it auto corrects me right before I hit enter and don't realize it's after. I don't do that a lot here because obviously I'm not typing, but I do that on the iPhone a lot. Like I'll hit a thing and be like, that's the opposite of what I meant. And I delete it real quick. Then the people are like, what did you delete? See, that kind of shit right there is what gets me. Like, that's realistic cuts right there. The regular's better than the harder. You don't like when Mike gets harder? Oh, so he's like treating her like it's mommy. Well, he's or is he treating all of them like mommy? He's getting her scalp too now. That right here, this is one of the cooler kills right here when he rips it back. That's one of the cooler ones right there. I'm gonna just drink the rest of this shit. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. I'm not pouring alcohol down a drain. You're making me thirsty. Going to get my Mountain Dew. Sorry. I got that weird taste on my lips now. That's what she said. He's like, I want my women back. You got all my girlfriends. Supergirl commented on last week's stream about my glowing mask. It's not glowing. It's actually it's a lamp. I got it back here. My wife and son got when we were at the beach. Got it for me for Father's Day. So did he plan this out? Was he smart enough to plan that he wanted to kill her boss so that he would have to console her? I'm not a raspberry guy or a blueberry guy. I'm not saying that I'm buzzed, but I can tell that I drink something when you drink that moonshine fast. It's much harder, obviously, than a beer. So think about chugging maybe like 2 beers real quick. That's kind of the way I feel right now. But I don't like the aftertaste of that apple pie. It's got a weird apple aftertaste. So, what do you guys think of why Indiana Jones failed the same way that the Flash failed? Like as far as it didn't make enough money. It's hot out here. It's hot in Virginia too, man. It's gonna be. It was cool, a little bit cooler today because it was cloudy, but it's gonna be in the fucking 90s again during the week. I just figured I'd tell you that in case you looked it up because you can order them. But that's it's basically a lamp. He's like, who's this fucking guy? You know, I haven't had Code Red in a while, but back in the day, I used to like drinking Code Red. I've tried to cut back on. I need to lose some weight, and I have tried to cut back on my sugar. So if I drink anything, I don't drink any like this Red Bull that I drink. I usually maybe drink that with the alcohol. Sometimes I'll mix it, but it's sugar free. Trying to cut back and not drink anything with sugar in it. I don't remember what triggers her to like question him. Does he say something stupid? It's been a while since I've watched this. I can't remember. I will tell you, if you drink alcohol and you don't want to and you want a decent piece of ice in there, I bought one of those things at a Dollar General. It was clearance, so that they may still have them at your Dollar General, but it lets you make the big round ice ball. You literally pour um, water into it and put the two molds together, and it ends up making a giant piece of ice, probably about 2 inches by 2 inches across. I didn't realize that Mystery Mountain Dew was from last Halloween. I just bought some from the gas station last night, but it's my favorite. Still tastes fresh. Yeah, I wonder how long soda doesn't it have an expiration date on usually the carton or something? I guess as long as it's still got carbonation to it, be good to go. Good, his fucking hands are always tore up. Oh, she be like, how did you know where she lived? Mhm. It's at this moment he knew he fucked up. Yeah, how do you get a murderer out of your house? He looks down at her breasts. It says November 2022 on it. I thought it was brand new. I'm supposed to wear contacts, but I normally don't. Oh well. If it tastes fresh, I think you'll be okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, I've eaten food that's out of date. Drinks should be okay. But you might want to question like why they are selling product that's out of date. I don't know that stores are supposed to do that. I don't want you to get sick. Let's Google that. How long after expiration date are sodas good? Carbonated soft drinks and sodas are not perishable. They're safe to drink past the stamp date on the container. Eventually, though, the flavor and carbonation will decrease. It's best to consume them within 3 months, but often they're good 9 months after. So you're good to go. I have no idea. Lazy stock boys, I guess. The wild berry Smirnoff was good. So yeah, you should be good with those drinks as long as they taste good. But it says they're perishable, which means there's nothing in it that it can make you sick if it's old. Damn, is that him? She got meat cleaver. Oh, that's him got the meat cleaver. Whack! Schwack! I remember that now. In the face! Right in the mouth. That's a good kill. I like that. You didn't hear me kill the guy. Open up. The federal government does not require expiration labels on food products. With the exception of baby food and baby formula, food products can be sold after the expiration date. Look at Doug. And now we need one of those things. The more you know. Da-na-na-na. In your time of need, bitch. Knife fight. I just don't see Elijah Wood overpowering anybody. Shh. This is what I should have had. Yeah, I should have had that ready. When Doug dropped his knowledge on us. My favorite movie from the theater this past year. I don't know. I've skipped some just because what's come out this year. Give me some options. I don't remember. I like Scream a lot. Probably Evil Dead Rise was my favorite in the theaters. I didn't see John Wick in the theaters. I bootlegged it and watched it at home, and then I bought it. I really did like the theater experience of Evil Dead Rise, though. You'll tell you at the end of the year. Yeah, I mean, there's some. I saw Indiana Jones. I didn't see Super Mario at theater. I did see it at home. It was good. I saw Indiana Jones in the theater, but I'm not going to say that's my favorite one. I thought the movie was okay. I'm contemplating doing a review of it. It was okay. It was better than the last one, but it definitely was not great. It was good, but not great. I've got 3 ads playing, just so anybody knows. I kind of want to see Mission Impossible, but I heard it was basically rent cycle repeat of a lot of the other action sequences from the other movies. I didn't see the Spider-Verse. I'm not going to go to the theater to see movies that's got kids in the theater. I just refuse. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty damn good too. So it was probably a toss-up between Guardians and Evil Dead Rise. I've really missed an R-rated horror movie in theaters, so probably Evil Dead. Man, she stabbed him with that damn mannequin hand. I got cockroaches, it turns out. Where'd that come from? Did Cocaine Bear come out this year? That's pretty damn good. But I think I'm gonna stick with Evil Dead Rise. It isn't my favorite Evil Dead movie, but I think it was an awesome experience in the theater. I need some more booze. The leftover booze in here from the watered down moonshine tastes better than the moonshine. We were talking last week. Highest grossing movie don't mean a lot to me because number one, people are sheep, and number two, a lot of kids movies, you get ticket sales from the parents having to take the kids, so it's a little bloated. Like I don't know that a lot of parents. You might have a parent taking 3 kids to see Mario, and they might not even like the movie. So, I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was okay. I'll see the animated Spider-Man movie when it comes out on video. Also, it's starting to get so damn expensive to go to the movie for more than one person that I can buy 3 or 4 damn movies for the cost of my wife and I to go to a movie and buy popcorn and stuff. Do you think he really loved her, or would he have eventually cut her scalp off too? See, he said, "I never touched you." See, I think he actually really loved her. So the one woman that he actually loved, he ended up killing. No, I don't think he's dead. I think they faked his death. With as much money as those movies made, they're already talking about making another one. So unless they're going to do a prequel, he'd have to be alive. Is that his mother's ring, you think? So that's the mannequin representation of her. He's got her necklace and he's got her scalp on there. Hey, good buddy, what you 10 for? Come back. What you doing, brother? We're watching Maniacs. Getting ready to go off here in a few minutes. Been drinking a little bit. Been watching Maniac, bullshitting about movies. That's the best things in life for free, man. I forget how this fucking movie ends. I know the original Maniac had the weirdest fucking ending that I've seen in a long time. Now he's remembering all the girls he killed. I thought of you when I was editing Old Gator. I thought of you when I was editing a movie. I don't know whether it was a hunt or some shit I was doing, and I threw a clip of Oh, I know what it was. It's gonna be one that I post where I fucked up and did the Criterion say, "Oh, I messed something up," and I threw a clip in there that was Breathe for T Justice kicking that guy in the ass, going, "Now that's an intention getter." I thought of you when I did that. Just finished Distraction 2. Awesome. Yeah, I heard it was pretty good. I'm going to have to watch that one soon. I feel I ended up liking the movie more if I see it at home because then I don't have to deal with people. But something in me just wants to go to theater. Like if it's a a big movie like special effects or like that, like I said, Evil Dead. I wanted a R-rated horror movie in the theaters. I'll go see it. If it's something like Super Mario Brothers and I got to deal with kids, dude, we went to see Indiana Jones, and no disrespect to my elders, as they say, it was so full of old fucks that were lined up and they chattered through the whole fucking movie. I would have rather watched that at home than to deal with that stuff. So yeah, it does have a similar ending than the original. Okay, I couldn't remember. Rick says hello, Gator. Nothing says classic American cinema like Elijah Wood laying on the bed getting these dead women ripping his fucking guts and arms off. I like the addition of her as his bride to the ending compared to the original. I like that. And so that kind of is reminiscent of the Day of the Dead when they got that guy in the hallway and they're ripping him apart. Kind of gruesome ending there. You ending Indy was sad reminder of how awful Hollywood has become. What a shit show. Yeah, it had I'm gonna probably do a review of it, but it's more basically gonna be what you just said. It's pretty pathetic that they should have made it about 6, 8 years ago, but it's all the other Indiana Jones movies, even the fourth one, which I hated. I could come out afterwards and I remembered like some iconic scenes to it, like at the beginning with the nuclear explosion and shit. And even though it was stupid, I remembered a lot of the parts and a lot of the action sequences, and like it felt like a big movie. This one, dude, it just felt, I don't remember anything good happening in it. It was just like, oh, here the Nazis caught up to us and we're not gonna be able to get to the next part before them. Oh, here's another scene where the Nazis get there before us, or we get there and then they come in behind us. It was rent cycle repeat, dude, and there was nothing iconic about it at all. It just made me feel sad for Indiana Jones. Um, it was worth watching, I guess, to see him. Like the very end of it was good. So that was definitely a movie that's just blah. It's not terrible. I'm not going to say it's hot garbage, but it's pretty damn close. So what's going on? We've been watching a Maniac. Bizarro Supergirl was here. Doug wants no ideas for next week because I'm a fucking idiot and I never get polls up in time. The original Maniac's getting ready to come on. I'm gonna let it play while we're talking for a few minutes. I don't really care. I'll put another poll up. We can start. Do we want to go back and watch Hatchet 3? Because we watched the first two. I'll put that one on there. Go throw some. You guys throw some ideas out there of what's on Tubi. I haven't even looked. I've been so busy at work. I haven't looked to see what's on Tubi. So yeah, throw some other suggestions out there, something we can watch next week. But Hatchet 3 is option number 1. Yep. So we'll put that as option number 1. Yeah, I liked how the de-age scene at the beginning, it was too long. I mean, the first 20 minutes of the movie, come on now, to do the setup, that just means that all that shit happened and didn't have any connective tissue to the rest of the series. But either way, I liked how they kept most of it in the dark, so the de-aging didn't come across as being like too CGI. A few scenes did, but everything in it to me felt like that it played off of things that I'd already seen before. The girl and the little boy felt like a really tired, worn down version of Short Round and Indy from the other movie. Um, she felt like she was kind of forced. Like maybe if she had been involved in the flashback at the beginning instead of having to see her later, I'd have felt something for her character. She was a fucking bitch to him through the whole movie. If that was my goddaughter and treated me that way, just to, it was all about the money. I don't know, man. It just, everything felt a little bit off. Like you said, it felt like it had good intentions, but then they just didn't follow through with a lot of it. Play more off of the I'm old and tired instead of just having a fucking old and tired script. I guess is a good way to put it. Your dang sunburn still bothering me. Well, we'll just fucking do Hatchet 3 next week if you go. I didn't want to like do all 4 of them in a row with it because nobody like last week was like, oh shit, let's watch Hatchet 3 when it was over with. I forgot how the original Maniac started. I wonder what I was hearing. Look at this shit. So Maniac was playing on my TV, but it didn't line up with what was playing in my ear because fucking I Spit on Your Grave ended up starting on my Tubi app on my phone. Look at that. Is my a copyright violation there? I wonder why the audio didn't sync up. I must have clicked it by accident when I was talking. So yeah, well, I'll just go ahead and we'll put Hatchet 3 on there for next week if you guys want to watch it. I'm okay with that. Let me exit out of this thing before my audio comes up on there. But yeah, they already hit the video because of the content. Because we watch horror movies, every single stream that I do gets limited, marked as limited because of the content. I don't really give a shit. It's funny because I don't get any ad revenue from these anyway, but I fucking forced them to do a review of the last one, and then they ended up marking it that it was safe for all viewers. But either way. How does this Maniac end? He ends up, the girl died that he was in love with, and so he kept telling her as she was dying, I didn't touch you, I wasn't going to kill you. So as she's dying, he takes her necklace and he cuts her scalp off. Then he goes in and puts her hair on a mannequin and ends up acting like he was going to marry her. And then the movie ends the same way the original does, with the women that he created mannequins of, quote unquote, come back to life, and they rip him apart. Like in the you don't know whether that's in his mind or whether he killed himself or whether he laid there and died. It's never a straightforward answer. Just like the original, he lays on the bed and you literally got people ripping into his guts, pulling him out, ripping his skin off. It's a pretty gruesome ending, but it's one of those meta type things. Sup? What's up, Michael Joe? Appreciate you stopping by. Short Round was cute, fun kid. This movie's kid was boring and pointless, and the Fleabag chick was awful. 80-year-old Karen Allen had more sex appeal. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say the sex appeal, dude. She was just a fucking bitch, man. This is her godfather, and she showed no respect for him whatsoever. Everything was about money. Yeah, and I didn't understand her sidekick at all. It was almost like they had a watered down thing of every fucking thing else that had happened in the movie, the previous movie. So it had potential. It was good. I guess people my age, in the 40s to 50 range, will have that nostalgic feel in a few scenes for Indiana Jones. But anybody else that's like 20 something, who the fuck wants to go see that? There's 4 other movies that you could watch that have better action and stuff than that movie in there, man. It was just like tired. The following JEFFMAN stream is rated R. Yeah, I mean, you get into fucking midnight, dude. And I done drank a bunch of fucking moonshine. You getting an unedited version of me right now. You getting rant version of JEFFMAN. If you wanted to see the lame, tame JEFFMAN316, you should have come to the first hour and 45 minutes of the stream. Or don't get me riled up with shit. Like somebody made do you guys ever look at the comments that post on some of my videos? Obviously through the app, it tells me the top comments, and one of them was I posted one of those movie hunts, and somebody came back and was like, "It's fucking lame, man. You're out buying DVDs and Blu-rays. At digital stream is where it's at." And so I laid down the law of like a big rant of like a page of reasons of why. Doug had one now. If you end up having a Wi-Fi blackout for a day, how you gonna fucking watch stream movies then? But biggest one was censorship because of that issue that I posted about the French Connection. I don't want anybody in control of all the content where they can edit it. I want my content unedited, exactly the way the filmmaker intended. Now, if the filmmaker wants to go back and edit it for some reason, that's fine. But I don't like that George Lucas modified it, but at least it's his movies and he can do what he wants to with them. But I like movies that are like the way that I would have seen them in the theater day one. I also don't like the fact that movies like Friday the 13th right now disappeared off of Paramount Plus. And you got to go bar hopping trying to find where you can find your movie at. I don't like that. He's just laying in the closet instead. Yeah. That was the way the original one ended. So it's one of those ones you decide how it ended. Did he kill himself? Did they kill him? How did it end? I don't know. Either way. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say we'll watch Hatchet 3. This was a cleansing of the palate. I figured everybody wouldn't want to watch Hatchet over and over again. So that means after Hatchet 3, we do have Victor Crowley. Hold on a second. There's the fourth one. Why didn't they call it Hatchet 4? Why is it called Victor Crowley? I always thought that was weird. Easily the bloodiest, funniest, and best Hatchet movie to date is what it says. So I got rid of that arcade, and so now my chair is centered in the room, and so I can reach everything. So my favorite movies are on the shelves behind me here. So those are the ones I watch the most. You can't stream the unrated Bad Lieutenant. You can't stream several unrated movies. Like you couldn't get the unrated version of I couldn't for a while, couldn't find the unrated version of Euro Trip, even though there wasn't a lot in it in the unrated version. You couldn't get the director's cut of Midsommar unless you had iTunes. Hey, CNH, do you know that they did a 475 theater anniversary showing of Return of the Jedi on April 28th? I saw that online that they were doing a limited release of that. That's pretty cool. I heard they're doing a limited release of Terrifier back in theaters. It may be within the next week or so. It may be the 16th of July. I won't be able to go see it. Number one, I'd probably be doing a live stream here. But number two, I'm going to be in, I got to take a trip for work for a couple of days to Florida right around that time. Like the very next morning after we do the stream. So I won't be able to stay on there very long after the movie is over next week. I'm going to have to kick it right afterwards. What's my shirt of? We talked about that earlier. You guys have the attention span of a fucking flea. It's what Quint drew on the chalkboard in Jaws. It was behind them of the shark eating somebody. Is Frankenhooker? Is that on Is Frankenhooker on Tubi? I've got to go to Baton Rouge. No, not Baton Rouge. Why did I say that? I was thinking of a fucking Hatchet. Boca Raton. Sorry. Yeah, I had Hatchet on the brain down in Louisiana. Oh, forgot about that. If they did 4,600 theaters like most Disney fix that, it would have been a free $80 million for Disney. What they should have done is they should have released it in theaters unedited, like the original theatrical cut. Then people would have went to see that. so you didn't have to see them fucking weird ass spirit ghosts at the end. You would have seen the original. Yeah, I got to go to Boca Raton. That's where we're going to one of the high end resorts for a couple of days to do a show from one of the manufacturers that we use for most of our equipment. We did a watch along to that already. I thought of what we didn't watch Victor Crowley, if that's what you mean. What movie are you talking about? Terrifier. We did Terrifier. We didn't do Terrifier 2 because of how long it lasts. Terrifier 2 is like 2.5 hours. We do Terrifier 2. Probably need to start it. Pick a movie with boobies. Well, tonight's movie has some boobies in it. Maybe it was a test run. We'll do Hatchet 3, and then next week, your homework is bring some movies that we could watch that have boobies in it. And the last time we gave that as homework, we had an epic fail because the movie that we ended up people wanted to watch only had one scene in it that was any fucking good. Jaws. Is Jaws available? I mean, I don't mind picking a movie. No Frankenhooker. I don't mind picking a movie that's not on Tubi. If it's one that everybody owns. I just like Tubi because there's a lot of horror movies on there. Plus, it puts in some commercials so that if we end up off on a tangent, it doesn't take us totally out of the movie all the time. Yeah, they could. Yeah, Life Force, we could do that. That's got fucking epic nudity in it. Is Life Force on there? Shit, I can't type. Hey, Life Force is on there. What's her name? Matilda May? Is that the one that's nude up in there? Oops, shit. Hi, I'm late. Got out of work. You're always working. Tell me you fucking don't. You got to get home, watch the Jeff Man stream. Tell me you can't be working. Life Force is a space shuttle discovers an alien spacecraft containing 3 frozen creatures. The crew decides to bring them to Earth, where they soon awaken. And one of them is basically a chick with some of the best tits in the history of movies. And Species, as he's listed, is also one of the ones, but almost the same type of movie. Yeah, that British chick is naked in that movie. What's her name? Is Patrick Stewart's in that movie, right? Is Patrick Stewart in Life Force, or am I thinking something else? It's directed by Toby Hooper, and it's not a bad movie. Is Patrick Stewart in Life Force? I'll never get that out of my head if I don't look. Patrick Stewart is in Life Force. Look at that shit. That's pretty epic. I know. Hey, man, you know I'm just busting your chops. I would never say that about for real to anybody. My shit ain't important. Coming on here is like the least important thing you could think of. Remember, I fixed the assignment. Oops. How you guys chose Friday too, and we had mine the following week, Bikini Spring Break. I'll give you credit, Doug, that Bikini Spring Break was not that great of a movie, but at least about every 20 minutes it had naked chicks running through it. I think I might have seen that. Sounds familiar. Yeah, well, I'll put that. Well, I'll go ahead and put it on the poll. So here's what we do. So I'll put Species. Is Species on here? Gator knows some good movies. Species. I can't spell it. Species: The Awakening. I don't know that the original Species is on there. I'll have to look. Either way, Life Force is, so Life Force will be on there. Of course, I remember Zap. Scott Baio. I've got that on Blu-ray, dude. It's right over there beside me. I know exactly where it's at. This room has got my favorite movies in it. So, like, I've got a couple bookcases full of shit in the basement, and then I got totes of Dollar Tree shit. Anything that's good that I like is in this room surrounding me. He asked the manager. That's fine. Perils of Gwendolyn and the End of Yik Yak. Is that Tony Katane? Is she in that? Is she in Perils of Gwendolyn? I remember that back in the day. That was the only reason anybody watched that movie. Nobody give a shit about that movie at all. It does got Tony Katane in it. Look at that shit. I am the movie master tonight. Well, what I'll do is I'll see every time I always say that I'm going to come up with a third option, and I never do. I really will. Tomorrow at lunch, I'm going to put up a poll, and it's going to have Hatchet 3, Life Force, and I'll pick another one. And if Life Force ends up coming in second, we'll watch Life Force after Hatchet 3. If Life Force wins, we'll watch Hatchet 3 after that. Yeah, Top was throughout. Yep. That was the only reason to watch it. Yeah, I just looked. I'm going to pick it on Tubi for right now. I think what I might do is if I ever do a Patreon, that'll be where we do movies that we can like talk amongst each other. The ones that I know what movie I'm picking right now because it's going to eventually get watched on this watch along. Fallen with Denzel Washington. That movie is the fucking shit. It's got Denzel Washington, Donald Sutherland, John Goodman. That movie is awesome. I love Fallen. That's going to get watched one week. 1408 is on here as well. Might have to pick that. So one of those movies will be the third option. You know, the funny part about it is votes, and then we end up having like a dozen people that randomly show up throughout the stream. Who's voting and then not coming back on here? Tawny, she used to be married to that guy from Whitesnake, the rock band. She was naked in some movie. She passed away like 3 years ago. Yeah. She was the 80s rock chick. Basically popular for like 2 or 3 things. She was the main chick in Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. She was in Witchboard. That's about the main things that anybody gave a shit about that she was in. Obviously, Perils of Gwendolyn. She was in the Whitesnake videos. If you look it up, that's mainly what she was popular for. Then she was in a bunch of TV shits scattered throughout the rest of her career. I don't know. What's the Dogman Triangle? It doesn't. It's not. Yeah, Bachelor Party is pretty good. You know, Bachelor Party was one of the ones I used to say back in the day that it was rated R. And, you know, I think I saw Porky's first. And Porky's was rather raunchy. And then I saw Bachelor Party and I was like, that's it? Like, I always thought that Bachelor Party should have been more. Should have had more in it than it did. She was in Dr. Drew's Celebrity Rehab. Yeah, I didn't remember that. What is a Dogman Triangle? Man, you always come up with some off the wall stuff, man. The Dogman Triangle Werewolves in the Lone Star State. What the hell is that on? That's a documentary. Do werewolves exist in the Lone Star State? Oh my God. Do you guys believe in werewolves? I think I believe in Bigfoot more than I believe in werewolves. either way. All right, brothers and sisters, I think I'm going to have to get up off of here. Never mind, says documentary. Yeah. Some of us have to go to work tomorrow, sadly. I at least got to get a couple hours sleep. I got some eBay packages I got to make sure they're ready. So I appreciate all you guys that came by and watched the stream. Name 3 films you could enjoy with the sound off. Holy shit. 3 films I could watch with the sound off. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I don't know. What's your 3? Shit, man. I'd have to really think about that. I could probably watch Jaws with the sound off. Because I know it by heart. So I know the music. I know the dialogue. I know everything. I could read the lips. I could watch. So Jaws would be one. The original Night of the Living Dead, maybe. She was Hercules' wife? Really? Is that Charlie's Farm have anything to do with the Toolbox murders? Not that I know of. You can watch Strip Tease. I don't know, man. It's not enough happening in it. Could you watch Showgirls with the sound off? Maybe. I like to watch any of the Fast and Furious movies with the sound off because the dialogue is so cheesy. No, I didn't see the new Insidious movie. I heard from a reliable source that it was not very good and it was very blah. PG-13 horror does not interest me. I usually like just watching that shit at home in case I get bored. I can turn it for a few minutes. Yeah, Showgirls is the one I was thinking about. That's what I just said. Great minds think alike. The Return of the Living Dead, I could probably watch that with the sound off. You could watch some nudity mixed in with some horror. I basically know the movie by heart, so I know what's going on. Hey, I was going to ask you, Gator. Yeah, I bought it and I mentioned it in the stream, and I was thinking about reviewing it. You like the movie Time Bandits? You ever see the movie Time Bandits? What do you think of that? That was one of my favorite movies growing up. But I haven't talked to anybody that really knows, other than one person that said that same thing I did, that they grew up with it. I feel like I got to sneeze. See, Friday 13 Part 1 would be kind of boring with the sound off. 2 for sure. I'd probably say you could watch 6 with the sound off. It's good, not a big fan. I think it maybe is just because I grew up watching it. I liked Monty Python, and that was more like Monty Python light because it didn't go over the top, but it still had some of the silly humor of theirs in it. Watch that trailer, look away. I will. Yeah, I like 12 Monkeys as well. That's pretty good. I wasn't a big fan of Brazil. A lot of people say that I should like Brazil, but I didn't. I didn't like Brazil. Most of his movies are weird as shit. But I think I really like Time Bandits for some reason. All the damn, and I'm saying it, all the damn midgets that were in it, other than the main one, were Ewoks in the Star Wars movie. So maybe it's got a connection there. You ever seen the movie Gator? You ever seen the movie Under the Rainbow with Carrie Fisher and Chevy Chase in it? You ever see that? That movie is fucking. It's like a roller coaster. It'll have a funny scene and then it'll go like 10 minutes with nothing. Yeah, Fisher King was good. I kind of like Fisher King. I like almost everything Robin Williams is in, though, and Jeff Bridges too. That was who was in that, right? That's probably going to be on my next Criterion when I get paid, I'm gonna buy a few movies, and I think I'm gonna buy Fisher King. Yeah, I like Carrie Fisher too. What's some Carrie Fisher roles other than Star Wars that you like? Um, I thought she was good as the wife in The Burbs. I thought she was good as the stalker in the Blues Brothers. And I think she's cute in Under the Rainbow. You get that scene, awkward scene where she, is stripped down to her bra and stuff in there. Yeah, any of those old Universal monster movies would be good with the sound off. How hot was she in the Blues Brothers? Yeah, she was cool in the Blues Brothers. It was more one of those badass chicks. I think she's pretty much hot in basically anything she's in. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, it's pretty good. I forgot she was in Shampoo. But that scene in Under the Rainbow, man, is pretty underrated. You can't get that on Blu-ray. I need to do one of your topics you were talking about. I need to do like movies that are on Blu-ray. Oh, not on Blu-ray that you wish. I would get Under the Rainbow on Blu-ray. You can get on one of those fucking manufactured on demand Warner discs. I got it on Vudu, like one of their $5 sales one week, and it's in standard definition. You can't get it in high def. She's cute in that when she is in that freezer and has to strip down to her bra. You've seen all Carrie Fisher movies. Have you seen Under the Rainbow? What do you think of Under the Rainbow? You haven't watched the Blues Brothers? We need to, Gator, what you and I need to do is we need to compile like a top 50 list of movies. And I say 50 because there's been a lot that he hasn't watched, of movies that Doug has to watch before he can be considered a movie connoisseur. Like, I mean, you can't be a pop culture reporter unless you've seen some of these movies, man. I probably could. Here's what I'm going to do before we get off here. I'm going to classic comedies is what I'm going to list here. And Doug, you have to tell me, have you seen all these? So Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House. Have you watched that? And you just said you haven't seen the Blues Brothers, and I got that up there next. And unfortunate for me and everybody else, I've got the Blues Brothers 2000. That's not essential comedy, but I've got it on the shelf right beside the Blues Brothers. So have you seen Animal House? The Three Amigos, Caddyshack, all the National Lampoon's Vacation movies. Have you seen those? Am I going to do a SummerSlam? It depends. Since that's in Ford Field and it's actually going to be at night, unlike the ones they've just done in the day, I could do one if you guys want me to. Yeah, I could do that. So you've seen the Blues Brothers, Animal House. Have you seen the other ones that I just listed? Three Amigos, Fletch Lives, the Naked Gun movies, Groundhog Day, Stripes, Quick Change, one of the most underrated Bill Murray movies in the history of movies, Scrooged, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Top Secret, 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, the three Beverly Hills Cop movies, the three Major League movies, The Money Pit, The Burbs, American Graffiti, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, Weekend at Bernie's, Easy Money, Men at Work. I can't read the last two. They're too far away in there in the dark. Have you seen, how many of those have you seen? And no to the rest? What the hell? Well, no, I got the comedies together on a shelf. So I picked one shelf and I was reading a lot of the ones that I have that were going across there. The reason Young Frankenstein isn't there, that's in my Mel Brooks shelf. I got that behind me. Yeah, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, um, Spaceballs. Yeah, Midnight Run is amazing. Used Cars. You've seen some of those. See, you got to see all of those. Those that I listed are staple comedies from 70s all the way through the, well, I guess it would be early 80s. None of them were the 70s. Yeah, that was just, and they're 2 rows deep on that shelf. So I was just giving you an example of the comedies that I like. Priest will probably cash in Money in the Bank. I don't like him winning the briefcase. LA Knight should have won, in my opinion. I think they got alternate plans with LA Knight. He is so over. Watch the clip that they posted on YouTube where he quote unquote, warmed up the crowd in Madison Square Garden when he comes out and takes out Hit Row. That crowd was so over with him, they're going to have to turn him. I heard they had a meeting to try to figure out how to turn him face. I'm Bigfoot. Freebie and the Bean. I haven't seen that in ages. Somebody was saying, yeah, I got Hot Rod. Yep, Hot Rod's good. I was just being facetious, though. I mean, I was telling you, go back and listen to this, and all those movies that I listed, you need to have seen. You need to see all of those. All right, I got a shelf that's got some horror movies on it that are all sequels. So, like, have you seen all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies? Have you seen all the Night of the Living Dead / Day of the Dead / you know what I'm getting at, Dead movies? All the Saw movies. Saw 10's coming out this year. Have you seen all 4 Jeepers Creepers movies? Have you seen all the VHS movies? No, I ain't got time to be sitting there. I was just being funny, man. I mean, I'm just telling you, you need to watch all those ones that I listed, though. Go back and write them down. He's been over with the crowd. Yeah, I know. But I think they just didn't believe in him, and now they do. So he's getting so over that they even got legends like Kevin Nash talking about what a sham he is. So either way. Shawshank, you suck if you didn't see that. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption is amazing. I love that movie. I'm not an uber fan of I like Morgan Freeman. What's the dude that's in Shawshank? The one that's fucked Susan Sarandon. I'm having a brain fart. Kevin Nash, yeah, he is definitely an asshole. See, Doug, you got a lot of movies to catch up on, bro. Yeah, he's a hater. He's a hater of anybody that gets themselves over. Tim Robbins, yeah. He's okay. He's been in some good movies. I just don't know why. Sometimes his stuff just doesn't click with me. But hey, man, you got to give the dude props. If he's been fucking Susan Sarandon for this long and she's still with him, he's got to be doing something right. Return of the Living Dead is not part of the Living Dead series. That's a totally different movie. You got Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Survival of the Dead, Diary of the Dead. And then you got the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Any of those other ones you don't need to see. But all the ones I listed you need to see. No, I wasn't a huge fan of Waterworld, man. So I kind of skipped out on the extended cut. Yeah, I know. Scott Hall, man. Rest in peace. Nash was washed up when he was fucking in WCW, dude. Where you been? It's just because he's got so much clout backstage. But either way. All right, brothers. This has been fun. I'm going to have to get off here, though, because number one, I got to go take a leak. I got to take a leak so bad I can taste it. What is that movie from? I mean, that quote from. What movie is that? I got to take a leak. Hey, man, I got to take a leak so bad I can taste it, eh? Gator, you know what movie that's from? What's up, Brian Sanchez? You motherfuckers come out late. Late. Man, it's like 12:20. Some of us got to get up and go to work. Yeah, good night, sir. I appreciate you coming by. I love you guys. Do you have HBO Max, Doug? Good night, Jeff. Good night, everyone. I appreciate you guys coming by. Anybody that watches now or later, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, comment down below and let me know what movies we've been talking about. Do you like, not like? Anybody that wants to support the channel, my information's in the link down below in the description. It will be my Cash Apps, JEFFMAN316, PayPal. We've been watching Maniac. I'm going to put up a poll. It's going to have choices. Probably going to watch, and I've been winning. I guarantee you will win Hatchet 3. Is probably next week's movie. But I appreciate all you guys coming out. You know, I love everybody that supports me. One of you guys ended up feeling sorry for me because I got that empty Miami Vice movie. Watch that video I did. One of my supporters sent me the Miami Vice movie so that I would have it because Mill Creek was fucking me over with that. But what's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi? The people of Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people of Abu Dhabi do. Hey man, that comment right there gets a number one. After drinking, I read it. Can you believe that? Number two, that's a funny joke. I like that. You rule, man. I appreciate it. I always appreciate you coming on the stream. But anybody that stops by and sees us, you know, I appreciate it. So Gator, if you don't know, go check out his channel. He's all things Burt Reynolds. He's got some documentaries on that box of Burt set. Watch my video there. Gator and I are big supporters of Burt Reynolds, if you didn't know. Yeah, see, if you didn't know that, you know Gator is a big does a lot of cool documentaries on Burt Reynolds. He said, "LOL." I still need to watch the Negan and Maggie series. I watched the first one and was kind of bored. It's the same bullshit it was on Walking Dead. Hey, I can't get over the fact that you bashed my husband's head in. Hey, I did it because of what I had. It was what I had to do. You need to forgive me and we need to move on. I need you to help me. It's the same bullshit that was on the show. Working on a Stick doc. That's cool. Yeah, Stick, very underrated Burt Reynolds movies. I think that was one of the ones I just recently bought. I haven't watched it. I got to check that out. But either way, yeah, check out Gator's. He's got some of the best Burt Reynolds stuff. So that was kind of how we met. I watched his videos. It made me want to get more Burt Reynolds. I went out and bought the box of Burt, had it shipped in, did an unboxing video. Then he found me. So that's how the fucking internet works, man. It's like a big circle. So hopefully, yeah, if any of you guys do anything on YouTube or whatever, you can mention it here on my channel, and you guys can get some supporters, hopefully from people that watch my stuff. But either way, I'm rambling. That's because I've been drinking, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Watch out for the new content coming this week. Got a couple movie hunts. Probably going to drop maybe a review of Indiana Jones. I'm thinking about doing a review finally of this Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey people have been asking about. So I got quite a few things I'm going to try to drop new on the channel this week. So keep supporting me and I'll keep making the content if you guys watch it. What are you saying? I'm interested in seeing the Daryl series. Maybe. All right, Doug, I'm going. You can text me later. I apologize. All right, so I appreciate you guys. You know I love everybody that supports me. But until next time, boys and girls, this has been JEFFMAN316. As always, I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys better be fucking safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.